I was blown away when I realised Hayley was going to die this season. She's been such a huge and integral part of the show, and losing a major character like that really makes a difference in the dynamic of the cast. So it was sad, but also, you know, I think it really helped the storyline this season, and it helped give the characters purpose. And so while it was shocking and you know, sad to see Phoebe go, we've still had our enough of her this season that it doesn't feel like she's, you know, disappeared. So it's nice to see that she's been able to come back in certain capacities throughout the show. I think Rebecca's devastated about Hayley's death. You know, she had a really strong connection with her, and they built it over very many years, and especially when Rebecca took Hope and took care of her when she was a baby, their relationship became very strong, and so she really suffers, and she's devastated about the loss.
When we read the episode at the read-through, everyone was crying at the end of the episode. It's a really emotional episode for sure, and it really, really affects Hope, and that's one of the biggest things that changes her, and I mean, really messes her up, actually. Her mom has been not the only person in her life, but the sole person in her life, and to lose her, let's just say you see Hope cry a lot, and it's really tough on her. But yeah, I mean, fortunately that's something I can't relate to, but I've been through my fair share of experiences in my life, and so you just have to pull from that and try to relate it as much as possible, because it really messes her up. It really messes Hope up. So.
I love working with her, and she's funny, and so I remember feeling like I was going to miss her. I don't really have any feelings one way or another towards what happens in the story. That's not my domain, you know. I just want to hang out with my friends and do good work.
It's very leisure.
I guess, I guess.
Talking about it now makes me a bit emotional thinking about it, but we haven't really had time to stop and think about it. But in the past, with death scenes, like for me and Danielle Campbell, or with Leah, when we knew we were saying goodbye to a character and to the actor, it was the emotions were definitely on the surface. And even though the character was probably going to reappear, you know, in another episode, you know.
I was sitting in the read-through, and I hadn't had the opportunity to read the script yet. I don't know what I was doing. I was sitting, because I found out when we were in the read-through, and I was reading it, and I was like, no, this can't be really what it is, and it really was what it was. It was shocking. I think there were rumors floating around the internet because of what just happened. Like, I think somebody zoomed in on a whiteboard or something, and there were rumors floating around, but you never know. There's always a loophole. So it was interesting to find out, and it was just one of those things that happens in this series, where you're just sort of like gut punched every once in a while, and something happens that you definitely don't expect to happen.
But I think it's good when a TV show like takes a risk, and you know, someone unfortunately has to pay the penalty of entertainment, you know. And I think it's when you know the characters aren't going to die because they're like these main characters, it just gets a little bit predictable, and it forces the writers. I mean, that's I think why Game of Thrones is so successful, because every time you watch, you're like, oh, please don't kill my favorite, please. So how does Cole feel about the loss of Hayley? That life goes on, you know. You know, and I think that like his character is very focused on, you know, the things that are right in front of him and the things that are important to him. So, you know, Davina, different story, completely different story, but you know, a relative per se of the family. It's like, you know, maybe there was a day of mourning, maybe there was 2 days, you know, maybe there's a slight mention at dinner, but you know, he's horrible. Cole's horrible. It's not me, guys. It's not Nathaniel BUZOLIC. I'd be upset. Cole, nah. But that's why people love Cole, you know. Cole's like, who organised the catering? Because the food was not good. It was not good, and we need to fix that. Hayley would be upset with that. Those sandwiches were not good. Anyway, I should go.